The Kings right now are having a lot of it at a very high level. Tyrese Haliburton, without De'Aaron Fox this year, he's averaging 23.5 points per game, 11.3 assists per game, shooting 53% from the field and 50% from three in 4 games. Granted, the Kings are 1-3 in those games. For his career, he averages 16.5 points per game, 8 assists per game, 47% from the field and 36% from three without Fox. Well, that was last season without Fox. It was rookie season. He averaged 16.5 and 8 assists, and that's way above his averages because with Fox, for his career, he averages 12 points per game and 5 assists. What do you think the Kings should do with this situation? Because Tyrese, he's shown that he can be the lead guard, and some may say Fox is taken away from his ability to do more. So what do you think the Kings should do in this scenario? Do you think Tyrese is the person that you elevate above Fox and make him your priority moving forward? Should they trade Fox, or should they just wait and see if it works?
And you putting out those numbers was incredible because I think, people forget when Fox was playing the 2, he was playing well too. So it was like when he was reverted to the 2 and Haliburton was at the 1, they both looked like they was in their natural positions. Do I think the Kings should trade Fox? Yes, but not for the reasons you might think. I don't think this is incredible. The fact that Haliburton has shown the ability that he can run the offense, but I don't think they should trade Fox because of Haliburton. I think they should trade Fox because I feel like right now it's just you have to move off from Fox. I think Fox is in a position where he wants to win. I don't think the Kings are in a position where they can win. I think it's time to reset this whole thing. You drafted Mitchell. You have Haliburton. I think you can get a lot for Fox, and I think the perfect place that can trade from is New York. I think they can exchange and they can get a point guard. I think for Fox, going to play somewhere else with maybe not they're not winners in general, but somewhere else where he can. He made a quote. He said, I haven't been a loser until I got to Sacramento. I think that goes to speak, and he's right. Kentucky in high school, he was a winner. He won everywhere he got until he got to Sacramento. So I think, for Haliburton playing great, I think that's impressive because now it makes it a little bit easier. It makes it a little bit easier to move off Fox, but I don't think, you should move off Fox because of what Haliburton's do. I think you should just move off because it's time. I think it's time to restart the whole process. I get it. Bagley, he had his troubles. He's been playing okay for the most part. Holmes has been playing good. Barnes, I think, is a guy you should get ready to move off of too, but he's been playing good too, but it's time to move off. I think you should reset it, restart it with a new head coach, a new foundation, and it starts with Haliburton and Mitchell, in my opinion.
I was waiting to hear you say Buddy Hield. All this time, I'm waiting to hear you say Buddy Hield.
I thought we already established. I didn't need to say that.
I don't think you should move off of De'Aaron Fox. I don't like the take of you saying that you think they should move off De'Aaron Fox, but I don't mind it given the fact that you're saying not because of Haliburton, just because of where the Kings are at. I'm more okay with that than because of Tyrese Haliburton's playing very well because it hasn't translated to wins. So if it translated to wins, then maybe I'd be able to have this kind of discussion. But that hasn't happened. So why would I, as the Kings, want to trade my best player if this guy who is replacing De'Aaron Fox while he's been out is playing very well if they're not winning?
Last season, they were 7-7 without Fox when he didn't play.
Okay, 500.
This year, they're 1-3. One of those games was against Golden State and then Memphis.
Even still, it's just not translating to
wins. They're not winners.
Let's just in my opinion, Buddy Hield still has some trade value. His field goal percentage is not good. His defense is not good. He's a great three-point shooter. That's really what he is at this point in time. He's not beneficial to what the Kings are doing right now. You need defense on this team. Other than Davion Mitchell, a splash of Rashawn Holmes, this team is not really good defensively.
Tyrese is good defensively.
Tyrese Haliburton is a solid defender, and he's got good size, in my opinion.
6'5".
For sure. You have a 6'5" point guard in Tyrese Haliburton.
Long arms.
You move De'Aaron to his natural position at the 2.
I should have drafted him.
Harrison Barnes still at the 3. That's more than he's an 18 point per game scorer. You have him at the 3. I think you trade Buddy Hield, you get some draft capital, or you try and get a piece in return that's going to play defense. This team needs defense, and if they trade Buddy Hield and they only get a really solid defender, I'm more than okay with that because that's desperately what they need. I can't trade De'Aaron Fox as my best player.
Why?
Because right now, offensively, outside of De'Aaron Fox, and sure, Tyrese Haliburton has his moments when he has the opportunity. It's Tyrese, De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes. That's it.
Can I just
Wait, you think Fox is better than Tyrese?
I do think that.
Okay.
Why did you ask that?
I think it's a very valid question.
The only thing I will say to De'Aaron Fox
is it not a valid question?
The only thing I will say to
Recency
De'Aaron,
bias.
it is.
I don't think it is. I think I look at Tyrese and I say, this guy is doing what Fox couldn't do until like year 4.
I don't think Fox is a natural point guard. I think Haliburton is that.
Correct.
I think,
Isn't that what he played in college too? He played point guard.
Who?
Tyrese.
Yeah.
In Iowa State, right?
Yes.
Fox played point guard too, though.
Yeah, but you could watch him clearly. He's like, nah.
I know he's not a true point
Haliburton
guard.
actually is like statistically in assist to turnover ratios in college. He's like one of the best ever.
I know. I mean, at the time of the draft, I knew we messed up getting Obi. I like Obi, but Tyrese was
chill. Obi is
come on.
no
Tyrese
chill.
would have
No,
done
it's no chill, bro.
Tyrese would
is
have
a
done
better
wonders
player.
for the Knicks.
And at the time of the draft, we needed a point guard.
He would have done wonders.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Let me hear it.
I know you're not too in tune with the NBA draft and you're not too in tune with college, but these
for sure.
These next couple of drafts are going to be pretty amazing in the top
no
heavy
doubt.
part.
Definitely.
You don't think letting Fox, like trading Fox,
tank?
and they're tanking. I don't even know what they're doing, but you don't think trading Fox and getting, because I feel like you can get a lot of value with Fox. A young promising star. He's still a really good defender. Picks. You can get a lot for him. I think you can get a couple players and maybe some picks. You don't think moving off from him and then letting Haliburton, because Haliburton, you've established he's a natural one. So that's your point guard. You got Davion Mitchell. You don't think trading Fox to getting some great value back is the smart thing to do with these next drafts coming up?
I think it is.
I think you could not get as much as you could get from De'Aaron Fox, obviously, but you can still get some draft capital in Buddy Hield.
Wait, hold up. You mentioned the Knicks as a landing spot, but who are they trading?
Obi would probably go. Maybe RJ.
I mean, so RJ for Fox. You think the Kings do that?
And
I think RJ fits their timetable more. Right?
I guess
He's younger.
I'm more fascinated with Fox in New York than the actual trade itself. I just feel like Fox in New York is just great.
I was actually playing 2K and I traded Randall for Fox.
Ew.
And I had Randall on Sacramento with Tyrese, and we made the playoffs. And Randall didn't play well in the playoffs, but
that's gonna happen.
I actually did that. I'll say this. I think what we're seeing with Fox and Haliburton is what we saw with Garland and Sexton.
Oh boy,
Darius Garland,
Sexton's
without Colin Sexton last year, averaged 19.8 and 8.3 assists, 20 and 8 basically in 6 games without Colin Sexton. With Sexton, he averaged 17 and 6. So it's not like a huge drop off, but he was much better without Sexton. The difference is that the Cavs haven't paid Sexton. The Kings already paid De'Aaron Fox a 5-year, $163 million extension. So he has one of those big contracts, and if they trade him, they're going to have to get a player of equal value, So is it a Jaylen Brown in Boston? Is it a Sabonis in Indiana?
I don't think Boston
They're not
does.
doing that. Jaylen Brown's
And the Kings have said they're interested in Sabonis. They're one of the teams that are interested in Sabonis.
Sabonis and Fox swap wouldn't be that bad.
I don't think they would. No, I think they would try to keep Fox.
Yuck.
I just feel
You hate Sabonis.
I do think
I
that
just hate the fit.
I do think that Buddy Hield. I don't think he needs to be traded. I think he's a very valuable player.
I think his time.
Dude,
is
he's
done.
shooting
Why?
under 40. He's shooting
I feel
under
like
40%
he
from the
could benefit
field.
other
His
teams.
defense
That's because most of his
stinks.
shots are threes.
I think he
But
does.
his 3-point
I
percentage
think
is over 30. It's like 38%.
I think he doesn't want to be there anymore. That's
Bro,
why he's playing like that.
That's exactly.
That's exactly why.
3% is
He's really
38%.
Buddy
he's
Hield's
shooting
really
like
good.
35.
Imagine
from
him on
the
the let's just say the Lakers
wanna
or the
be there
Clippers or
anymore.
in another contender.
He just doesn't want to be there anymore. People play like that
Dude,
when
Buddy
they don't
Hield's
want to be
been
there.
terrible. Are you looking up his attempts?
Yes.
Okay.
How old is Buddy Hield? Like 20.
He's averaging 16, bro.
Points? Yes.
Yeah,
I
Buddy Hield is
understand.
29 years old.
From the field.
That's
he's
a
Yeah, he's
28.
really
Okay.
old.
Damn.
He came out of college at like 23, right? 24.
Oh, like 24. They said he was lying
All right.
on his age.
Buddy Hield attempts 14 shots a game. 10 of those are threes.
This guy is crazy. Yeah, what's up with this guy?
But what's his percentage?
His
Shooting like
percentage
38.
is 38%.
His EFG is a 51. So
What's his 3-point percentage though?
37. He
And in
shoots
10
it.
attempts?
His true shooting percentage is 54%.
That's all right.
He's a
That's
fish.
not bad.
He takes a lot of threes, so his percentage is going
That's
to
like
look like that.
Devonta Graham.
Yeah, it's a percentage is
Graham.
going to look like that.
Yeah, that's like him.
Gravy shooting.
I feel like Buddy Hield is needed for the spacing. I really do think the Kings need a wing, though. I think they're missing that. Like right now,
That can play
they don't.
defense.
Yeah, like right now, they don't have a wing. Like Harrison Barnes is their wing, but he's their 4, and then Rashawn is at the 5. Like that three is always changing for them.
Yeah.
That's why I think if they get like a Jaylen Brown, he fills that role.
Again, the Celtics aren't trading Jaylen Brown to the Kings.
I don't
They're
think
not.
so either, but I think Fox and Haliburton is not going to work. And I think the longer that they stretch it out, the worse it's going to get, because I don't know how valuable Fox is going to be down the line.
Do you believe they complement each other?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And
If Fox takes a complete change in role and is the 2 and Haliburton is the 1, then maybe.
have you, aside from maybe Dame and CJ, there isn't many backcourts that don't fit and stay with each other for too long. John Wall and Bradley Beal eventually broke up. Garland and Sexton are gonna probably break
Dame
up.
and CJ lasted way longer than it needed to
It
last.
shouldn't. I feel like you can be looking at that in a sense, like two guys that just like you have to get guys that fit. A backcourt has to fit. They have to connect. They have to be in sync at all
They're
times.
still young. We'll see what happens. I just feel
Yeah,
like as a whole, they've had a huge hiccup in development with Luke Walton. Now he's
That's fair.
gone. I want to give it a little time. We haven't seen much
How much
change.
is a little time?
So what
I mean,
about
let the
what
season
about
play
this?
out?
They've been garbage forever.
They have been.
I was looking at some articles here, looking at some potential destinations. The Pelicans. What about Fox for
Brandon
BI?
Ingram. Okay,
That's
now we're
good.
getting somewhere.
That's not bad.
We're getting somewhere. I think that's straight up. That's valid.
I don't think the Pelicans would want to do that.
Why
I
not?
think the Pelicans already
I think
established
B.I. thinks
that.
that he's better than
It doesn't
De'Aaron.
matter.
No, BI
about-
is better than
Okay,
BI,
I agree.
no doubt. And I think Brandon Ingram, he's being wasted with the
Wait. It
Pelicans.
doesn't matter what Bi thinks. I need you to know that though.
Yeah.
It's wherever the Pelicans want to send them.
No, but why would the Pelicans trade him for a less player?
They need a point
They
guard.
need a point guard, and I don't think the drop off is severe. I think Fox can be at Bi's level. He was just there last year.
Like 25 and what? 8 last
yeah,
27.
he was
5,
just there
Fair
last
enough.
year.
But I
So,
wouldn't trade Brandon Ingram from Fox, bro. He's so much more valuable. I
If you
personally
need a
think he's so
point
much more
guard,
valuable
I
than
guess I
Fox.
understand what you're saying.
I mean, but what more can you get for Bi right now?
I wouldn't want to trade BI at all. I want to keep him if I'm the Pelicans.
Again, but that hasn't translated into wins either. Not that the team is good at in general, but once Zion comes back, I mean, we saw it last year with Zion, BI. Still, they weren't winning games.
They should have kept Lonzo. I mean, if you have Lonzo, BI, and Zion was supposed to be the future.
Yeah, them letting
Nope.
go of Lonzo was ill advised.
They messed up.
Crib, Bulls Nation.
Lonzo ain't want to be there no more.
But yeah, I just don't really think. I think that it's not a good fit, and I think they should probably trade Fox somewhere.
The Kings are in turmoil, bro. It's getting bad. Like,
They need a real head coach.
They have the longest active playoff drought.
Was it
right?
Alvin Gentry's their head coach right now?
Tied for it. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Who else?
But when he's been on COVID,
Timberwolves?
Doug Christie has been their head coach.
Timberwolves made it with Jimmy.
so then it's
It's Sacramento.
Kings?
It might have been the T-Wolves, bro.
No,
'Cause-
they made it with Jimmy.
No, I know, but like
No, I'm talking about right now.
Before that,
bro.
it was like 04, 03.
Yeah, last time it was with Garnett.
So it might have been.
No, but right now
they are
it's the
currently
Kings.
tied with the longest playoff drought in NBA history, 15 seasons. The Timberwolves, before they made it in 2018, they
15
haven't been there
seasons.
since like
No, but
04.
right now actively they have the highest the longest playoff
Yeah.
drought right
yeah,
now.
but
right?
they're tied for it.
I
in
get that.
history,
I get
too.
their tie, but I'm saying right now it's them, right?
Yeah.
All right.